Good Will Hunting is a story that resonates with a lot of people, and it's the same for me because it's such an emotional story about following your heart over your head. That kind of decision is often hard to decide on what to do because your head would be the rational side, the one that accounts for all possibilities and there to protect us from a decision that will bring us sadness. But the heart is what follows the idea that scares us, that makes us worry, but most of the time will make us truly happy. And Good Will Hunting is about those decisions about jobs and relationships and friendships, scary, momentous decisions that we will all come across. And through the character of Matt Damon's Will Hunting, we get an answer that is as beautiful as the story or as heartwarming as seeing Robin Williams deliver one of his greatest performances. Heart over head may lead you to a road that can be scary, but is one that you will never regret, and that is the curse it holds. And that is the fear that Will holds dearly, a fear of abandonment and not being able to trust new people in his life.
What aren't you scared of? You live in this safe little world where no one challenges you and you're scared shitless to do anything else because
don't tell me
But that's okay. Will grew up an orphan, abandoned by the parents who were supposed to love him the most.
Why is he hiding? Why doesn't he trust anybody? Because the first thing that happened to him, he was abandoned by the people who were supposed to love him the most. Oh, come on.
A genius that must have been abandoned by teachers that gave up on him, so he disobeys and creates barriers to protect himself. Because he had to since the day he was born. He had to shield his heart from the heartbreak he has received his whole adolescent life. So he uses his brain, the gift that was given to him, and that replaces the empathy he gives and that replaces the love he gives because it's what he needed to use to survive in a cruel world that trampled on a boy's heart at such a young age. And through that he stagnates in his life. He never wants to leave Boston and wants to continue working in construction, claiming the nobility in his profession, which is true, it is, but that is not why he does it, as Robin Williams Shawn says.
Right, and that's honorable. Sure, that's why you took that job. I mean, for the honor of it. I just have a little question here. You could be a janitor anywhere. Why did you work at the most prestigious technical college in the whole fucking world?
He does it because now he is scared of change, from leaving his hometown to leaving his friends because there is comfort in normality. Not to be derailed by new experiences or situations. He may read all the philosophers the world has grazed to allow him to open his mind, but yet he fears to open his worldview. To touch grass on another continent, to say hello in another language. Shawn even proclaims to him that he reads all about maths, philosophers, poets, but hasn't truly lived those lives that these authors and artists have.
Michelangelo. I know a lot about him. I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling.
Will goes to a Harvard student and berates him for not thinking on his own and that he only regurgitates the books he reads.
Were you going to plagiarize the whole thing for us? Do you have any thoughts of your own on this matter?
But what Will doesn't understand is he does the same. When he analyzes each therapist, including Shawn, he just memorizes other people's thoughts and critiques and then applies that to them. Because he hasn't experienced a life outside that comfort zone he has created.
But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine. You ripped my fucking life apart. You're an orphan, right? Do you think I'd know the first thing about how hard your life has been? How you feel? Who you are? Because I read Oliver Twist. Does that encapsulate you?
But in comes Shawn, a therapist that opens his eyes to the beautiful and tragic wonder that is life. Shawn has been dealt a bad card from the viewpoint of most people, like his ex-roommate Dr. Gerald Lambo. He was abused by his father at a young age, and the woman he loved the most, the one that stole his heart and never gave it back, died. To you and me, we hear that and feel sorry for Shawn. But Shawn doesn't see it like that. That decision to follow his heart and ask that girl out and miss out on Boston's most famous baseball victory, a victory that would outlive the memory of himself or his wife, was not a regret. Because it was a decision based on adrenaline being pumped by the heart, and a decision that talking to this girl would make him way more happier than seeing a baseball game.
No, I didn't rush the fucking field. I wasn't there.
What?
No, I was in a bar having a drink with my future wife.
And because of that, the life he lived with her was worth the pain he suffers now that she is gone. The brain would say, there are plenty of other girls out there, go watch the game. But the heart goes, this is the one. Risk the embarrassment of being picked on by your friends, risk missing Boston's greatest ever win, risk it all so that for a split second the decision to go to her will make you the happiest man alive. And he did not regret that.
I don't regret the 6 years I had to give up counseling when she got sick. I don't regret the last years when she got really sick.
We all are like Will Hunting. We get cooped up in our comfort zone, and when change happens, when new people appear in our life, we feel scared to go with that because it's a new experience, one that can only go two ways, success or failure. So we fall back to that comfort zone because we know the outcome of each event. But as Will's best friend Chucky says,
You know what the best part of my day is? for about 10 seconds from when I pull up to the curb and when I get to your door. Because I think maybe I'll get up there and I'll knock on the door and you won't be
Sometimes you have to take that risk, to leave and not tell anyone, because it's not about the people around you, it's only about you. We will make decisions about relationships, careers and friendships that will test our heart and mind. Your brain might be as smart as Will's, but that doesn't mean it's always right. Sometimes you have to follow your heart. At the end, Will does follow his heart and rejects the job opportunity, leaves his friends in Boston to go to the girl that stole his heart. But for you and me, the girl can be anything: a new job, a new course, a new city, or new friends. It's about doing what's right for you and no one else. To not be fearful of new adventures or new experiences, because that's what living is all about. Sure, it might not go as planned, but you won't have the regret of letting these opportunities slide. And I understand that can be difficult, to make that first step into the unknown. I'm currently in that comfort zone. I'm trying to leave it, but there are moments when I feel the fear of change around me. So I do take a step back and fall towards the normality of a life that is comfortable. But what this movie shows me is that life will be harsh and terrible, but with that comes the beauty. The beauty of meeting a girl that you may lose someday, the beauty of leaving your hometown that you love, the beauty of understanding your own thoughts and feelings and finding inner peace with that. That's what Good Will Hunting means to me. And it's a movie that I needed to watch because I forgot about what it means to actually experience life, not through books or movies, but in real life. And so, I gotta go to see About a Girl.
Son of a bitch. He stole my life.